Hi everyone, welcome to Brit Indians. I'm Joshua. So today we have Dr. Ashwath here, who is working as a lecturer in Coventry. So Ashwath will guide us through some of the process, how he got into the UK, and what are the routes other than studying in the UK or something like that. So let's move on and ask Dr. Ashwath to introduce yourself. Ashwath, can you introduce yourself, please?
Before moving on with the video, I'd like to thank Amberstudent for sponsoring this video. Amberstudent are student accommodation providers in the UK and across the globe. You can book student accommodation near top cities and universities around the world, including UK, Australia, Ireland, US, Canada, Germany, and Spain. They have student accommodation in all the cities, including the major ones like London, Nottingham, Birmingham, Glasgow, Leeds, Liverpool, Coventry, Sheffield. They have over 1 million beds, including dorms, shared rooms, and en-suites. And Amber ensures perfect accommodation for each student. Students can search for their homes according to their preferences and filter by locality and university. All prices on the Amber website include utility like electricity and water. They don't have any hidden charges or additional fees. They have end-to-end support and round-the-clock assistance for booking your accommodation. The booking process is simple. You can just click the link in the description and fill your details. Within few hours, an agent from the Amberstudent will contact you and help you smoothly with the booking process. You can give your preferences and finalize your accommodation and book them with Amberstudent. So without any delay, click the link in the description and book your accommodation today.
Yes, hello, and I'm Dr. Ashwath, and hello everyone of Brit Indians fans and followings. And it is lovely meeting you here. And myself, I am an academic researcher who started research like in 2011, since I passed out from an Indian typical university for bachelor's. So I ended up in getting a master's degree in Vellore Institute of Technology and the PhD from VIT again. So I have ended up in UK for teaching, and I have a very successful route. So that this session is going to be much more interesting on discussing those key points on how to get a good teaching position in UK. Yeah,
Okay.
Joshua.
So Ashwath, can you elaborate us how did you move to the UK from India as a lecturer?
It was my passion before. Like I was an assistant professor back in India at same Vellore Institute of Technology. I was teaching mechanical engineering and materials. So there was a situation that we have a lot of MHRD and central government rules stating the alumni can't work in particular universities, the same universities. So I didn't have an option to switch to some jobs. So I was thinking over a bit of moving abroad, but I was trying Canada before. But later I was tried a global talent visa when I was going through the UK websites and their regulations of taking teaching professionals into UK. So they did mention that if you have a PhD, you'll be able to get a tier 1 global talent. I did try once. Then I got a direct rejection saying you're too early for this visa. So then I got a little upset, but still the hope didn't go low. So I did explore things on how to become a lecturer in UK. Then I came to know a PGC, the postgraduate certificate in education, because like in India, we teach in schools, right? So we need a Bachelor of Education, BEd or MEd or MPhil to be at least a good entry-level teaching qualification you need to get into one of the teaching roles in India. But in UK, you need a PGCE to get into a lecturer role, even in a college or even into an university. So I did try to choose one. I came here and yeah, I have ended up in Coventry University.
Okay, so for this PGCE, is there any post-study work visa or anything?
Yes, to be very clear on that, I did a lot of research on those because there are 3 categories of PGCE. They call it as a professional graduate certificate. They call in level 4, and it is professional graduate certificate is in level 5. Professional certificate is in level 4. And the PGCE is called postgraduate certificate in education is the level 7. If you do level 7, you are qualified for a 2 years post-study visa if you are coming with masters, or you will be qualified to get a 3 years post-study work visa if you are having a PhD from India. And you need to get an ECTS PhD verification to be done before applying for a PSW.
Okay. So, which field did you do this PGC? Is there any kind of a...
PGC is a general education because if at all for the schools, you have three categories.
Mhm.
PGC for the early years, PGC for the primary, PGC for the secondary. And in secondary, you have specific subjects. If you want, if at all you want to go to schools as a teacher, there is science, maths. Like you can go for English, or you can go for history. There are a lot of PGC categories for, especially for the schools. But in case of university, you just need a PGCE in higher education, or PGCE in the further education, or PGCE in the lifelong learning area. So there are different PGCs for that supports your university or the college level lecturerships or any teaching roles.
Okay. So, you said you are from manufacturing, right? So, what's like generally what's the scope of manufacturing in the UK? If you...
There is a very good scope of manufacturing because like 5-10 years back we were moving towards productive based things which served the customers because they had a lot of demand. Suppose take for example two-wheeler or four-wheeler. Like there were demand, like there were new variants, there were new technology in the new launch vehicle, like the launched vehicles for the domestic use. Like you now we have an now we have a specific vehicle hybrid, like you both electrical engineers and mechanical they combine together to give a vehicle. So manufacturing is something we are moving towards and artificial intelligence era where there is a lot of scope, but they are going into more energy efficient as well. Like there are new technologies that are coming into the manufacturing field, so there is obviously a lot of scope on this.
Okay. So how is Coventry University? You know, there are a lot of people coming to from as an international student to Coventry University. So, like,
Yes,
how is
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. I was even surprised. Like one of my friend who did PhD along with me, his wife got an admission here in Coventry University. When we had a discussion, like, "Macha, you're here, okay?" We are like going to get to know each other again because we worked together in VIT. Yeah, Coventry is an excellent university. It is in top 30, though it is not in the Russell Group, but one of the good university. They have a good infrastructure, and especially I like the Faculty of Engineering building because they have a very good facility where we work on materials, advanced manufacturing, additive manufacturing, 3D printing. Then we work on some aviation, electronics labs. A lot of things you can like learn from Coventry University. They have a very good background, so it's a place to learn, really.
Okay, that's nice. And Ashwath, like, okay, let's say I have a PhD from
Yeah.
UK, and let's say I'm having a PhD. There's one person who's having a PhD from India or somewhere outside of UK. So, what is the process they have to go through in order to get this, global talent visa?
Global talent visa is pretty straightforward. They in global talent visa, uh, it is given for a PhD holders, especially in the field of academics and research. I don't want to discuss about the IT, the technician visa. That is even a global talent. Or if you are coming through a senior professorship or something like that, that is a different thing. But at the entry level, if you have a PhD from UK, it is well and good. You'll be like the most qualified person to go for the global talent, and you'll be having a very good contact because you'll have funding routes, or the professor who has the funding. So there is a different choice of opinions you can choose of going and applying for a global talent. But it is quite difficult for a person who's coming from India. The way I felt, I did not get a job here. I did not even get a PGC admission here, but I still tried for a global talent. And the rejection letter said there were like 15 criteria, which has its own strength and points. But I got the least point to be ticked, and they rejected my endorsement. That is what happened. Like they told, like you're too early. Your track record is not that significant. But what happened there really was like after my PhD defense, I did not have significant publications. I was in though I have communicated some manuscripts, but it wasn't published. But now I do have a lot after my PhD. So the two things you need to consider when you're from India is like keep your research track record as high as possible. Take for example, in my case, I would say like I have an 8 years of research experience. I have 31 publications, but you should be aiming at Q1, Q2 REF journals, like Research Excellence Framework Journal. When you're specifically moving into UK, you need to be very much aware of what are the frameworks and what are the criteria they follow in UK, and we have an IIT standards, for example, to compare with an Indian standard, we have an IIT standards in even in a college in the UK. So it's not like as simple. Everything is documented. Everything is like proofread. Everything is like maintained in a very good way to ensure the quality of research or education here. So when you want to come back from UK or come back from India and to get a job or something, you need to like keep up to date. Most importantly, you should be very professional in communicating because you need to think technically and you need to deliver that without hesitation. So that is one of the main thing they'll be looking at.
So we, in order to apply, we need to get initially accreditation or something, right?
Yes, we need to get an endorsement. If you are from an engineering background, you should be taking an endorsement from Royal Academy of Engineering, which is supporting for both mechanical, electronics, electrical, and civil. Every engineering background can be applied to that. If you are into a technician, there is a different endorsement. If you are into a biotechnology or medicine, there is a separate Royal Academy of Science. Here, our endorsement should be given by Royal Academy of Engineering.
So for this endorsement, what are the documents that we submit to them?
First and foremost, your PhD degree. You need to be like successfully completed your defense, and it should be awarded. Secondly, it is not only the criteria as PhD, and you should get a supporting letter from an eminent person from UK. So either he can be a reader level person who should be who can be a citizen or non-citizen in an academic or research institution. He should be somewhere like close to professor level category, and he should be very eminent. His research impact should be very high. He should be at least have got some significant funding from RAE or EPSRC or European fundings or any UK fundings like that. So these two are the main mandatory. But however, looking at my rejection letter, there is a lot of criteria where they looked at the research track record. They looked at how much significant publications I gave, like how Q1, Q2 as they are referring to, and how my actual research can go into an application, how it will support the research community or the society or something. So they are looking at multiple factors. So it's quite even mystery till now. The pretty straightforward is you need to have a PhD and you should have an letter of recommendation from an eminent person. That is more than sufficient. If you're lucky enough, and if you have a good track record or something, you can go through easily.
So it's mainly about luck and also some publications on your back.
Yes, expertise, on that, yeah.
Okay. So after this endorsement, what is the if I got endorsed? So what is the next step?
In endorsement, they will say yes, you're eligible for the global talent. The immediate next step you can do is the endorsement act as a job offer. So the endorsement should be submitted during your visa application, where you need to submit again a big visa application in the category of Tier 1 global talent. We will be getting an exceptional talent route because we haven't proved ourselves. So it is an exceptional talent in the sense we are pretending that we are expert. And the endorsement will itself say that he's a potential talent. He's not a talent, it is a potential talent. So we come into that category. They will sanction our visa against the endorsement. If it is yes, we can opt for 3 years or 5 years route. It will be, if it is a 3 years, again, it is mostly controlled by finance. If you have a good IHS amount well ahead with you, you can go ahead for 5 years. Or if you are struggling for finance, you can go for 3 years. The one main plus point as an academic researcher or a researcher, taking a global talent will be giving you a flexibility of switching jobs without informing UK government. So it's almost like a prestigious visa. If you get one, grab one. That's it.
Okay, so it's like the visa will be on our name, so we are not responsible. Nobody's controlling that. It's only us, so we can switch jobs whenever we want.
Yes. Okay. If it was a tier 2, you need to bind with the university.
Okay. Yeah. So for the ILR, how many years do we have to be in this visa?
This both in tier 2 or tier 1 global talent, after 5 years you're entitled to be applying for an ILR. Okay. It doesn't give you a direct ILR status, but still you are entitled to can apply. It qualifies for you to apply for an ILR after 5 years of legal stay.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So you were saying that if even if a person doesn't have a PhD, if he has a let's say, a number of years of experience in research in, let's say, in India, somewhere outside of UK, and if they are planning to apply for this tier one or the global talent, like what do they have to prove instead of the PhD degree? Like, let's say they have 100 publications and it's in the
that is purely the decision is purely with the endorsing body, because
okay.
in mandatory section they do have this PhD as a entry criteria. So probably only RAE or the endorsement body can take a decision on those kind of situations, because in some cases the global talent visa is given for people where the management is directly want this person to be here. Like if we see, if so take for example, if he was an R&D head in Hyundai or Toyota or something, so probably he'll have a high chance like of getting supporting documents that can back up his tier 1 global talent visa application, but not in the case of a researcher or a normal and a master student from India or something. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's really interesting because everybody knows about this tier two, and they are just going for this skilled worker visa. That's the only thing out there, but nobody speaks about the global talent visa. Obviously, there
Yeah,
are a
in
lot of
fact,
people.
Joshua, you're right, because in fact, even in Coventry University, they offered me tier two before. Like the moment I accepted the offer, they told we will be sponsoring your visa. But I did, though I know the benefits of tier two, still I have explored about tier one, and we know there are furthermore benefits. And if you are getting some good offer other than Coventry, suppose take for example, if I'm getting a position in Cambridge, but I won't be able to switch. The money is waste. I need to pay a fresh visa application or a fresh IHS charge. So when you think in a long run, so global talent is a very good. And if you are having a PhD, it is like good to go. Like you can, why not try it? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a PhD and you have some, a couple of publications, you can just try it. Obviously, if you're in
Yes.
UK, you may have some good support from the professors
Yes.
there.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if you're from India, then yeah, you should try to increase your publication and strengthen your background.
Yes.
So,
And with this, I would like to add one more point for the global talent. There is another route as a researcher route. You can apply global talent for that as well. You have completed PhD and you have a very good idea on your research and you have found a postdoc title. So there are fundings in European Union, which is called Marie Curie Fellowship. And there is funding called EPSRC in UK. There is RAE funding happening every time, RAE fellowships, like research fellowships or principal fellow or senior principal fellow. There is a lot of research fellowships in Royal Academy of Engineering, which is related to our field. If you secure one of those fellowships, suppose even Newton fellowship also is like for our engineering fellowships. So if you secure one of the fellowships and you don't need an endorsement letter, you can do directly apply for an endorsement. The endorsement letter I meant is like the eminent person letter you don't need. So you can apply with the PhD and the sanction letter from the funding agency. Then you will be the most qualified. There is no more rejection rate. 100% success rate is there. When you secure a funding, you can directly go for a tier 1 global talent. Although, if you secure a funding, they will offer you a tier 2 sponsored. But still, you can insist to the people's team or HR team. You can tell them like, I need tier 1. They will 100% they will support you.
Okay. Yeah,
please be aware of that. You have an option of tier 1 because it has a lot of mobility advantages in case of professional career.
Because I see a lot of people, they take tier two jobs, and when they want to switch the jobs, there are some problems. Like when they're looking for new jobs, they have to say, okay, I need a sponsorship from you, and they have to commit to the new employer. And also, if the old employer, we don't know when they will fire us. If they fire us, then we have only 2 months' time to search for new jobs. There are some advantages, disadvantages in the skilled worker visa. But with tier one, the visa will be on our name, and we don't have to care about anyone.
If I don't think so. This will be only suitable for the academic and research roles, because global talent is not given to any other IT or manufacturing related roles. Global talent is only supported for the academic and research roles.
But I explored more into the global talent. So there's, as you said, there's engineering for that, and then there's the arts and
Yes, arts and
humanities, and some.
science.
Yeah, so
Yes.
there's different routes for the global
Yes.
talent, but all require PhD or something.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you're right.
And for the IT, I think it's a totally different technician
Technician.
visa,
Yeah.
which
Yes.
requires a different level of criteria for that. But yeah, global talent is one of the great visas to
Yes,
have.
it is. Yeah, it is a very good route to come into, and people. To be honest, I don't want to put my own country down. The job market is very difficult now. I did my defense in 2020. Immediately, I applied in few universities, like some deemed universities in Chennai, Coimbatore. I don't want to name the universities. I applied something in Chennai, Coimbatore. I did even try something in Hyderabad. They were not even ready to provide me a salary scale more than 40,000 per month. But one good thing about choosing UK for a teaching role is we have a lot of shortage of occupation in lecturers in college, universities. We have a lot of shortage in school heads. Like if you have a PhD, there is an other dimension of teaching roles in UK, because you can go head of the school for science in good secondary schools here, good sixth form schools here. So there is a wide range of opportunities when you are. Let us put that in a common section of academics. It can be either a secondary school or a sixth form or a college or a university. You have a very wide range to choose, and
Okay.
mostly you'll get a lot of holidays.
Yeah, definitely.
Because every 6 weeks the schools they give 1 week of the break. So not typically like India. We do run schools in Saturdays in India, but not here strictly.
Okay. That's holidays are the one that we are earning for
Yes.
something to spend. Other than
Yes,
we need
exactly. Yeah.
holidays, a break every time when we go to school.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any advice for international students, who are moving to the UK for masters or PhD or whatever? Any piece of advice that you?
Yes. It's quite appreciable. Everybody who's coming to UK, it's a great effort, a great decision to take, and I am wishing them all luck in UK because they have got the chance to come to UK. So I would suggest just use it wisely, because there are many people who don't even know this information. Like coming UK will get them some good professional upgradation to their career, or good knowledge gaining from UK. So try to be more proactive. Like firstly, I would suggest don't think me really bad. Forget your mother tongue. Start communicating in English. I would always say, because I've seen people like even I would say Tamil, Kerala, Kannada, like whatever states they are coming from, they find their own state groups. They mingle with them. They hang out. They speak in their own mother language. What happens really there is, like, you tend to struggle when you professionally face someone. Like you can't deliver your thoughts, what you're thinking technically, into your words. You get to tend to get weak in communication. So that is one main point I would like to focus. Second main point is, think smart. Don't be like how to say, don't be money minded. Balance your work and studies. Your primary objective was to get a master's here and professionally upgrade yourself, and you're looking for a professional job which needs a lot of expertise or skill gap what you've gained here. So if at all you're trying to spend more time in your part time or something, so it's going to like have an impact and influence on your professional learning. So try to balance both, and it doesn't require that you need to earn part time, put your or close your debts, or close your, like, balance your education loan with doing this. But you totally forget that you have a good career after 1 year of actual professional learned degree here from UK. And from day one you need to search for jobs. I did the same thing. I For an year during COVID I was searching for the job. I did not get one. In I have applied almost like 133 positions in UK for an entire year. I got six confirmed interviews, but they failed to give me an position because I don't have a right to work. So they were like refusing to give me. "Oh, why should I give you a sponsorship? We have a same equivalent profile here in UK, so we'll go ahead with those." So what I thought was like I need to break my comfort zone, come to UK, do the PGC first. Why not come as a tier 4 student, do the PGC in full time? So I had a confidence that I'll get a job in UK as a lecturer. So the decision coming out of your comfort zone is a big deal. Do come out of your comfort zone. Don't put a lot of criterias on your selection criteria. Like you come to UK, I need an ensuite room. I cannot move here. I cannot live there. Like you should be 100% adaptable. So that is one main quality you need to develop. Homesick is fine. Try to mingle your Western culture here. Try to manage yourself. Try to be more kind of an. Let's move towards maturity. Yeah, that's what I would suggest.
Okay, thank you, Ashwath, for this thing, and obviously about the global talent visa.
Yeah.
That's a relatively new thing that everybody should know about. Like,
Yeah.
they should try to get one if they have.
Yeah, I did get a global talent now, so that's
Yeah,
the whole point. Yeah, because I got a good endorsement. The university, they directly accepted to give me an HR letter, so that would say a lot of different criteria. So that supported my global talent visa, and yeah, I'm yet to receive my visa. Still, I have. It's most probably through.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you, Ashwath, for this, and
yes, Joshua, nice
wish all the
meeting you.
success in your job.
Yes. Already I've started taking class. I'm a strict lecturer now.
Yeah, guys. So Coventry people, if you're going for manufacturing or something, you may end bump into Ashwath. So
yes,
okay.
I did start. Yeah. Thank you,
Thank
Joshua.
you, thank you all. Thank you, Ashwath. Thank you, everyone.
Good luck for everyone. Yeah. Thank you.